Welcome to C&M's podcast. This is Diane Harrison Ogawa, the Chief Community Partnerships and Systems Officer at Central New Mexico Community College. On today's podcast, I'd like to discuss ethics. We all know that be ethical is one of C&M's core values. We say be ethical means behave with unwavering integrity. But what does it really mean for us in our day-to-day work? And how can we as a college think about our commitment to be ethical? Last year, the college decided to take its ethics game up a notch. For the past 19 years, the community has awarded something called the New Mexico Ethics in Business Awards. And when the organization that was putting that on went out of business, C&M stepped in. C&M took over the Ethics in Business Awards and, as so often happens at this college, added to it in unique and interesting ways. In the past, the awards have always been done, the investigative portion of them, by students from UNM's Anderson School of Business. This year, for the first time, C&M students participated in that process. Ethics in Business recognizes that it's important for all of us to have conversations. One of the things I hope you will do and take as a challenge from me is to have a conversation and think about how your teams, how your colleagues are living C&M's core value of being ethical. What we did is we asked people in the community. We asked the folks who have won the Ethics in Business Awards in the past, what does it mean to be ethical and why does that matter? I'd like to start with John Ackerman. John actually was the first person 20 years ago to engage a group of students around the Ethics in Business, and he was also one of the first winners of the Ethics in Business Awards. Here's what John has to say.
It really, our ethical behavior and our behavior is the single most important characteristic of who we are. The challenge is we run into some folks that we don't particularly want to run into or we don't want to particularly deal with today. And so I think it behooves us. We got to walk in our own shoes, but we got to put ourselves in their shoes. It's not natural, I don't think, for a lot of people, but it can be learned and it can be practiced and it can be done.
Next, let's turn to Agnes Noonan. Agnes is the CEO of WEST, an incredibly important entrepreneurial nonprofit supporting small business in our state.
So I think the New Mexico Business and Ethics Award is the most important award in the state. I've thought that for a long time, even long before we won the award. The students do a great job of vetting candidates, but beyond that, it raises ethics and elevates it to an ongoing conversation. And we very much need that in today's world.
And finally, I'd like to introduce you to Sherman McCorkle. So many of you will know Sherman. He's been on the C&M Foundation board for years, been such a strong supporter of the college. But Sherman was also one of the people who was instrumental in creating the New Mexico Ethics in Business Award 20 years ago. Let's hear what he has to say.
We viewed the vacuum around any kind of public discourse and ethics in general and ethics in business. And the more we talked about it, the more we became committed to creating something that would do it. Unfortunately, somewhat in America, the rule of law has kind of replaced the commonality of ethics, and it's our ethical behavior that defines who we are as an individual and who our communities are and our states are and our nation is.
So what I think that we can take away from the comments of these community leaders is that our conversations around ethics matter. The fact that C&M has be ethical as one of our core values matters. Our responsibility to raise questions, to have conversations around ethics matters. I hope you'll take my challenge, use the word ethics, think about having a conversation in the coming week with your colleagues, and join me in celebrating the New Mexico Ethics in Business Awards, our 20th anniversary, and C&M's commitment to living its core value, be ethical. If there's a topic at C&M that you would like to hear more about, please email mco@cnm.edu. Thank you very much. This is Diane Harrison Ogawa for C&M's podcast.